This is probably among the most unique maps across all 3 routes of Fates. Up until this point of the game, the only maps that have had exclusively one weapon type is the chapters with only Faceless and the chapter with only Wolfskin. Those classes obviously don't have any other choice, but here we have heroes, sorcerers, and paladins, 2 of which who do get a choice. Despite that, aside from the rightmost paladin near the boss, every single enemy on this map wields only either a sword or a tome. I am playing this game with the version of the Icon project that removes the color-coded backgrounds, but if I did have them, you'd be able to clearly see that all of these are depicted as red weapons, or in simpler terms, everything here counts as the same on the weapon triangle. Last map, we got Shigure. He's able to become immediately useful on this map by using his Offspring Seal to promote into Falcon Knight for rally speed. Up until this point, the only way we could boost speed stats was with Inspiring Song, meals, and tonics as a last resort, and that was starting to get miserable, so it's very nice to have him on the team. If Azura and Jacob get married, Shigure gets access to Wyvern Lord. This will eventually let him get rally defense on top of rally speed, making him one of our best support units in the entire team almost immediately after recruitment. I'd like to get this as soon as possible here, so most kills on this map will go to Shigure. At the start of the map, Caeldori gets force deployed as well. She is importantly our second source of rally speed, but she does join unpromoted. We'll have to spend the first turn using the Offspring Seal.
Caeldori.
Yes, of course.
Before promoting, she moves 1 tile to the left to get into dual striking position for Shigure. While we did just get another unit with rally speed, having Caeldori grab it as well isn't as redundant as it may seem. For starters, Shigure can't ever rally for himself, and it's always useful to have a second unit to make sure some units can still get rallied without needing to do any weird positioning or refreshing shenanigans.
Well, why not?
Shigure takes the sword catcher from Caeldori and takes out the hero. I imagine the surplus of sword units on this map was to teach the player about effective weaponry, but it's kind of odd that they decided to do it in a Paralogue of all places.
Yes!
On the left island, I have Mitama, Oboro, Corrin, and Azura all work together to take out the enemies in the center. Despite the easier nature of this map, the most challenging part is making the first few turns safe, as it's very easy to accidentally leave any squishy units exposed, given how little space there is to work with.
Stand a chance!
You won't stop me! That went well. This is my...
It's important that Corrin attacks from the right side here in order to stay out of range of the other heroes. I don't want him to take too many more kills on this map. Takumi and Orochi get out of the way, and Subaki heads north to help out the island over there. We'll want the extra firepower shortly. The unit's starting positions are convenient in the sense that it allows for me to set up an easy kill for Midori immediately, as well as work on Shiro's supports with both her and Asuki. While feeding Midori kills is still ideal, her experience gain from here on out is going to be pretty sad. Expect this to be the case for most units. Hinoka goes in range of one of the heroes to both weaken it and make sure that it always ends up in the same spot. Obviously this helps remove random enemy movement, which there's only one case of for this map. As you can see here, Shigure can't double enemies on enemy phase because Darting Blow isn't active. Later, this can be mitigated by using rally speed on Shigure, which is why I always recommend that you have 2 units with rally speed, if you can afford to. The case of random enemy movement is this hero. He has a coin flip chance to either head to the northern or southern group. Going north, which is what we got, is the worst option because it denies Shigure some experience and it requires a little extra luck to go our way, but it isn't anything horrible. This kill is probably Subaki's last in this entire playthrough. Early promotion with stats like these? No thanks. Shiro switches Hinoka to the silver Naginata for a stronger dual strike. Thanks to seal defense, this will allow Midori to pick up the kill and remove the very threatening level 17 hero. Sakura and Asugi clean up the 2 heroes that are symmetrical to the ones we just took care of. Thanks to having quick draw, Sakura doesn't even have to hit here.
That's how the cookie crumbles. Yep.
I'm ready.
Hinoka will fly in to take out the hero that moved here, first being mindful of the paladin's range. Under circumstances where the hero went south, Hinoka would instead take out one of the sorcerers and leave the other one alive in order for the other units to kill. In this circumstance, not only does Hinoka have a chance of missing, but one of the sorcerers will attack Subaki on enemy phase, and he will have a crit chance against them. The odds of that happening, though, aren't too bad.
A good effort.
Oboro and Takumi take out one of the heroes to open up the 1 tile wide choke point for Shigure. It's fine that Shigure missed here. He's going to take all of the kills for himself anyways, and his hit rates are going to be significantly boosted from adjacency bonuses and rally luck from Mitama.
It should be. You're so good. My turn. I'm here to help.
I did it!
Despite the luck buff, the level 17 heroes still have a 1% chance to crit Shigure. Definitely not scary in the slightest.
Short, yet sweet. It's showtime!
The nice part about the sorcerer attacking Subaki is that it gets in a position that allows Midori to attack with Shiro without needing him to move at all. It isn't needed for hyper-optimized support gains or anything, but getting the extra adjacency bonus from Shiro is still much appreciated. Hinoka moves in a spot where Shiro can heal her while going in range of the paladin, and Asugi will move adjacent to where Shiro will be. On the other end, everyone starts heading towards the right side of the map to pursue pretty much what is the remainder of the enemies on this map. This map doesn't actually have any reinforcements, so the amount of enemies are actually quite low compared to the rest of the maps in this game.
You'll be alright. This ends now!
Poetry in motion.
I don't take orders. Ready for this? Bitter for you.
Mitama uses Rally Luck for Shigure, and then he goes in range of the 3 heroes in the southeast corner of the map, again being mindful of extra enemy ranges. Caeldori goes adjacent to Shigure to once again provide rally speed and a hit bonus. Mitama will get refreshed by Azura so she can move in range of the sorcerers. These battles will achieve Corrin and Mitama's S support, which marks the completion of every single first gen marriage. All that's left in terms of required support gains for this run are the Gen 2 pairings, but there are still some friendships in the first generation that I intend to pursue. Not too many though. Over at the top side, most of my units over here will just wait around until all the enemies on the right side are dealt with. However, I want to have Midori take out the paladin. In order to do that, I first need to weaken him a bit further. The one nice part about having a unit with no stats on the field is that they're amazing for dealing low amounts of chip damage. For example, the low output that Subaki is giving here allows for Midori to kill the paladin while still letting Shiro get his dual strike in if she uses the brass Yumi. All my other units run the risk of dealing too much damage to the paladin, which would deny Shiro that tiny bit of experience that he'd otherwise get. It's only really important to keep things like this in mind for enemies that are significantly higher than the level curve, like this paladin is, because that's where spreading out your experience between units can actually make a real difference.
Mighty Midori.
I'll protect you. For Hoshido!
Your courage inspires me.
We won't give up. I can help you!
Back to sleep now.
join me?
This show is over! Ready for this? Need a hand?
The journey home begins.
This turn, nothing really happens except moving my units closer to the enemies. I put Mitama and Asugi in range of the two sorcerers to begin taking them out, but since these sorcerers are exceptionally higher leveled, and I'm not attacking with my strongest units, they won't actually die this turn, assuming no crits. It's a good thing that we'll have to take an extra turn to kill them though, since I'm in part intentionally waiting to complete maps until 7 turns have passed for maximum profiteer chances.
Don't look away!
I'll back you up! Watch this!
For the boss kill, I give it to Caeldori. The other kill will go to Midori, and I'll take out the paladin on the next turn with Shigure.
Everything will be just fine.
Please hold your applause to the end.
Our audience has arrived.
Before Shigure kills, I have Midori attack the paladin in order to get her final profiteer action.
You're on! I got this!
Let's clean up this mess. Who join me?
Sorry.
Unsatisfying that I didn't get the rally, but it's not a big deal. I'll be able to grab it on the literal first turn of the next map. See you then.